Dear Nigerian scientists, today I'm writing to you about the silent migration that is happening in the academic space, in the science world, especially by Nigerian science finest minds. It is said that the greatest hemorrhage in Nigerian science sector is not financial, it is human. And that's true. The mass exodus of scientists, doctors, and engineers to Europe, North America, and Asia is a wound that bleeds silently yet fatal. Between 2010 and 2021, the number of Nigerian professionals immigrating has grown by over 50%, with a UNESCO report indicating that Africa loses over 2 billion annually to brain drain. And for every Nigerian scientist who leaves, Nigeria loses not just a professional, but years of training, investment in mentorship, and in future discoveries. But all hope is not lost, yet we can transform this migration and this issue and this burden into a secular flow of knowledge rather than a one-way street. Now, what do you do as a scientist, as an academic, a lecturer, a student? You need to stay connected with global colleagues, but plant your roots locally. Join and attend diaspora mentorship programs, conferences, workshops, and publish in international journals, while highlighting critically the specific challenges that happens to us here in Nigeria, which might include but not limited to malaria, forensic backlogs, issues with agriculture, GM foods, insecurity, and so on and so forth. If you go abroad and if you travel, build bridges, partner with Nigerian labs, send equipment back home, and of course, train virtually other students and faculty when you can. As a government official who is saddled with responsibility of representing the entire nation at different platforms, shift from this nexus of stopping the exodus to harnessing the rich variety and profit that can come from the diaspora. Create programs like returnee fellowships or sabbatical opportunities for Nigerian born scientists abroad. Establish innovation clusters and well-equipped laboratories where these scientists can invest expertise without permanently relocating. I speak from experience because I am being currently mentored by a professor of Nigerian descent who lives abroad, Professor George Ude, who makes sure that he is able to invest his time, knowledge, and opportunity to train and to invest massively in building the Nigerian science sector. This has greatly impacted not just the universities where he partners, but how young people see immigration. As a policy analyst, study India's reverse brain drain model and China's 1,000 talent programs. Both of them show that when incentives and research opportunities are right, scientists return not just with skills, but with funding and global networks. We should propose similar incentive-based frameworks to government, to agencies, to multinationals, and to global companies who you consult or partner with. As a lawmaker, your job should now be to champion a diaspora knowledge transfer bill, a legislation that mandates embassies and consulates to host science exchange networks, ensuring that Nigerian trained professionals abroad can contribute unhindered back to local research or even digitally. Please, in that bill, you could put up very strict consequence and punishment for any government person or persons who would stand in the way of this direct funding to universities, labs, and agencies, because that seems to be a new crop of corruption that has crept into these kinds of initiatives, where our international partners are not able to bring funding in because there is some kind of corrupt backhand deal to be made before such funding or investment can be done. Nigeria can be great. Everything that we think should be a loss can be turned into a gain. You can also advocate for science visa programs that bring back diaspora scientists during sabbatical, during holiday programs, and make sure that they have all they require to train and to build the next generation of scientists. These are just my humble opinions and from the thoughts of a young scientist who has learned to love his nation and to value scientists as the greatest human resource that every developing nation should have. Until I come your way next time, this is yours faithfully, a fellow Nigerian scientist, Michael Okoro. from DNA Learning Center, Nigeria. Thank you.